We got the Deus 2 and the Deus 1 here, and I'm going to explain and demonstrate the differences between the discrimination on these two machines here. And they're different. They're a lot different, especially in full tones here. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to discriminate out some foil, some iron, some pull tabs, and I'll start with the Deus 1 here, HF coil. And so the discrimination is more of a tone break, right? A lot of people associate discrimination with silencing the machine, and that's not how it is with the Deus 1 and Deus 2. A little bit with the Deus 1, but I'll explain those differences here in a minute. And so your iron volume is not necessarily just for your iron volume. It is your rejected volume. So anything that you have discriminated out that's in your discriminated range, you can adjust the volume of that discriminated range. Pretty with the Deus 2 that's the case, but with the Deus 1 I'll show you. So the Deus 1 is a non-normalized detection with this HF coil, with both HF coils. With the X35 coils you can choose between normalized or non-normalized. So normalized or non-normalized is this right here. Start out in the hot program here. Here's a pull tab. Read at 49 and 14 kilohertz. I'll go to 31 kilohertz. Now it's reading at 66. I'll go to 74 kilohertz. So we 80s or so. 82 for the same target there. So if you have these coin shooting programs and you adjust your frequency when you're using these coils here, it messes your whole program all up. So just be something to be aware of. With the X35 coils for the Deus 1, you can switch over to normalized detection, so it's not going to affect the display there, your target ID numbers when you change frequencies. With the Deus 2, there's it's just a it's just a normalized detection. You're going to get the same number on this pull tab no matter what frequency you're in. And with the Deus 2, you can't really just change frequencies while you're in multi-frequency. It's not that easy. So what I'll do is I'll just go down back to stock program here, right? I'll sweep this piece of foil over here. It's reading out 36 here, and this is the stock hot program, program number 9. And this is 5.2 here, version 5.2. 37. So I'm going to discriminate this foil out. So this hot program is preset at -6.4 discrimination. So your full range of minerals and iron are all open, and they give you different tones for each tenth of a number, right? So this is reading at 35, 36. I'll discriminate that out. I'll go into positive range here. Now I'm in the positive range here. 9.3, 9.4. Here's 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So when I discriminate this out, I can even go to different programs here. And once I discriminate this target out when I'm in full tones here, it becomes a silent discrimination. So I'm getting no response, no audio response from that discriminated target out there. And so when I'm in full tones here, there's no way I can control my iron volume. My iron volume is going to do nothing because my iron volume is at, let's see here, my iron volume is at 0. It should be 0 here in the hot program. Iron volume is at 0 watts. I'm all the way up to 5 iron volume here, right? Still rejected out. So that's the beauty of the Deus 2. You get that full range of your rejected targets out. You get that full range still, even on your rejected targets. And I'll show you that here in a minute. So I'll discriminate out this pull tab here. Go back to the other menu here. Discrimination menu, come on, right there. This target's reading at 70 here, so I'll just go to 70. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. It's notched out now, right? It's a silent discrimination. So I can go over into pitch tones here. I'll just change one thing here. I'll go over to pitch tones here. Now I can hear that target being rejected. Right? This target is rejected out. This pull tab is rejected out. But listen to what it does to the foil here too. It's the same tone. That pull tab and this foil are completely different target IDs. Iron. They all sound the same now. All three of these targets have the same tone. And so I'm really not getting a very good descriptive audio when I'm in pitch tones, and I have to have that discrimination, or the tone break, the discrimination set just right, so I'm not digging up a lot of trash like foil or iron and whatnot, you know. I mean, I can accept this iron right here. I'm discriminating up really high here. I'll accept this pull tab and the foil. So that's accepted now. The pull tab is accepted. The iron's rejected. Now I'll accept the iron. I'll just discriminate like into 1 or something. 5.2, still rejected out. 3.5, positive 3.5 here. Positive 1.8, now it's accepted. I don't want to be digging out iron. So I have to have my discrimination set just right on this machine. And I'll show you the beauty of the Deus 2. It is just totally amazing, man. I mean, once you can grasp this whole concept of having that full range in your rejected targets out, that light bulb will light up above your head. It was like that for me when I first started using the Deus 2 this way. Very low discrimination. I want the beauty of the full tones. So I want to be rejected as low as I can go. I want to go minus 6.4, right? With the Deus 2, it's just not possible to go minus 6.4. I mean, it runs really, really hot. You can get away with it if you're running a multi-tone, maybe a 5-tone program. You're going to assign those rejected targets out with a certain tone, but you know, your iron and your foil are going to read up the same pretty much. Kind of. It's harder to explain it that way when you're in 5 tones. It can get very confusing once you start going into 5 tones. This is just full tones here. So this is the sensitive full tones, pretty much almost the same as the hot program. Little bit difference here. This is discriminated to 6.8. So this iron right here is going to be discriminated out, rejected out. But the iron volume is really low here. So this is rejected out, but I'm still getting a full tone response with it. And the iron volume is up on here. So I'll discriminate this out. I'll accept this target here. So I've accepted this target in the full tones at minus 0.7. Actually 2.2. 2.2 is where that tone break is at right here. So I'll show you. I'm in full tones here, just like the Deus 1, and it was rejecting these targets out. It silenced these rejected targets out. I'm gonna just do a frequency scan here. I'm probably gonna drop the gain down here a little bit. This is just a little too noisy here. Cause I am running multi-frequency. That one was a single frequency. This is multi-frequency here. I'll just dial it back here. Just drop the sensitivity down here. All right. Drop my auto response down here to 2. Just shut it up. So this is reading at 40 here. Right? I'll discriminate this foil out. Now watch this. The beauty of full tones on the Deus 2. Listen to that. I can still hear this rejected target out, and it's giving me a sign, it's giving me a full tone. So I'm gonna, so since this is rejected out here, I'm gonna have to raise my iron volume, because the iron volume on this machine is set way too low. Way too low for factory, from the factory. I'll just lift it up here, just give you guys, so you guys can hear it. All right. So my discrimination here, my iron volume is at 10. My rejection volume is at 10. Okay. My discrimination is at 57. Listen to it. That is discriminated out here. This is discriminated out. This is the difference in tones. This is a lower tone. Little bit higher tone here. This is the iron. Right. So I'm still getting that full tone range. All three of these targets are discriminated out, and I'm getting a different tone, a different pitch for every single one of those. This is an accepted tone. Now I'll discriminate this out also. This is discriminated out also too. This is a higher, this is a mid conductor, those other lower conductors. Listen to the tone here, right? This is discriminated out. I'll accept it. I'm at 76 discrimination, and this is reading at 73, 76, 75, 74, 73, 72, 71. So once you start hunting with this and you start discriminating up higher, you really see the beauty of full tones. You still get that full tone range on all the targets, right? And so now watch what happens when I go to pitch tones on here. And I can even adjust the pitch on these accepted targets. I cannot adjust the pitch on the discriminated targets when I'm in full tones. I'm going to change my tones here. I'll go to pitch tones here. I'm accepted that right there. So this is discriminated out here. This is discriminated out. This is discriminated out. This is discriminated out. All of these targets sound exactly identically the same, even though they're different conductivities. When I'm in pitch tones, that's the whole beauty of full tones. Discriminate as low as you can so you can get as many tones as you can. And you can adjust the volume of those discriminated targets out too if you desire. But you can adjust. There's a tone bend menu for the reject volumes or the volumes. It gets way more complicated. I don't want to go into all that stuff right now, but so you saw the difference there. The Deus 1, that's what's unique about this detector here, the high frequency. I really like the high frequencies because it's really hot on jewelry, and I can still get that full range of targets when I'm in a higher frequency. I don't discriminate when I'm in full tones. On the Deus 1, as you saw why I don't discriminate on the Deus 1, because it becomes silent discrimination. I want to hear all the rejected targets out. The Deus 1, you don't hear those rejected targets because it doesn't have any tones when you reject those. It's basically like a notch. It's basically like a notch, silent discrimination. And I want to hear everything in the ground, even if it's rejected out. And so with the Deus 2, I can adjust the tone. I have a vast choice of different tonal options for the Deus 2, and I have different tonal options, and I can change the pitch on those accepted targets too when I'm in full tones. So a lot of people have not been really explaining this. I have when I attempted this video 3 or 4 times. I did get some videos made, but I was not able to post them because I was not able to conceal the beta software features on some of the versions that I had, some beta versions that I had, some experimental stuff. But now I can reveal all my settings and stuff on the detector, so I wanted to make this video. I've been really wanting to make this video again in the last few weeks. I've had a lot of questions about the discrimination on the Deus 2, how it compares with the Deus 1. And, you know, I like the Deus 1 for the higher frequencies. That's mainly pretty much what I'm just primarily using the Deus 1 for the last year or so. Is just in the 74 kilohertz frequency. I haven't even used the X35 coils. Why use the X35 coils when I have a very versatile coil right here that has a lot of frequencies, and I can be using the Deus 2 on deeper targets. You know, the Deus 1, yeah, some people say it goes deep, but I haven't really dug a lot of super deep targets out with the Deus 1. I've dug a lot of deep targets out with the Deus 2, but a lot more settings. You know, the multi-frequency has a lot more room for error, so it's way harder to learn the Deus 2 than the Deus 1. I probably have the most hours between both these machines out of anybody out there, so, you know, I just hunt a lot. So there's a big difference between these machines, and it is the discrimination. Thank you for watching.